TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Hello, I'm Phil Blizzard in Dubai with the TravelWise podcast, news, views and interviews. And lined up for you today, well, more news regarding travel and aviation across the Middle East region and beyond. Taking a look at some repatriation flights out of the UAE, which has just been organised and getting underway this coming week. When it comes to events, we're taking a look at a virtual conference, Hospitality Tomorrow, from the AHIC team. So I'll be talking to their main guy, Jonathan Worsley, and also news of what else is happening in terms of transport and aviation in this region.
TravelWise News.
First of all, the main news. UAE General Civil Aviation Authority have announced further suspension of commercial passenger flights in and out of the UAE for another 2 weeks. An announcement was made on April the 2nd. Commercial flights for cargo are operating in and out of the country. What else we got? Metro in Dubai and the tram system is being closed down until further notice. In terms of repatriation flights, the British Embassy organised a flight from Dubai to London on a Sunday of this week. 345 passengers left Terminal 2 courtesy of Emirates Airline. And in Abu Dhabi last Thursday, Australians were able to go back to their home country courtesy of Etihad with a special repatriation flight into Melbourne. And we have news coming your way next regarding other repatriation flights out of the UAE.
TravelWise News.
Aviation news now, and repatriation flights out of the UAE to numerous destinations in Europe have been approved by the Civil Aviation Authority and Government of Dubai, with Emirates providing flights to London, Heathrow, Frankfurt, Paris, Zurich and Brussels. They will commence on Monday the 6th. Initial flights to London will be 4 times a week. The other cities in those other countries with 3 flights a week. His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Zayed Al Maktoum, Chairman and Chief Executive of Emirates Airline and the Emirates Group, said these initial passenger services, although limited to travellers who meet the entry requirements set by the destination countries, will be welcomed by our customers seeking to return home to their countries and families. He said he would like to thank the UAE government and all our partners for their support in ensuring the smooth operation of our flights. And the fares are 2,500 dirhams for economy to each of those cities. Business class 5,000. I did a bit of checking. Tuesday the 7th and Thursday the 9th for Emirates to London. Departure times 9:40 in the morning, arrival at 14:25. And of course you will be subject to the necessary approval to enter the country of those flights, and you need to wear gloves and face mask. What else was there regarding that? Emirates did say there will be a modified in-flight service program on those flights. Magazines and other print reading material will not be available. Food and beverages will continue to be offered on board, but their packaging and presentation will be modified to reduce contact during meal services. And if you're travelling business class, unfortunately, during this period, the Emirates Lounge and chauffeur drive services will not be made available. And they also wanted to add note, all Emirates aircraft will go through enhanced cleaning and disinfection processes in Dubai after each journey. The flights back from those cities will be not carrying any passengers, but the aircraft will be used to carry cargo in the belly hold of the Boeing 777-300ER aircraft, which are being used on those flights. Hotel news next.
TravelWise News.
I'm Phil Blizzard in Dubai with the TravelWise podcast. Hotel news now, and the JA, Jebel Ali Resorts and Hotels in the UAE are to give away 1,000 free staycations to healthcare workers. So this will be available for healthcare workers, and I'll give you the hotels in a moment. And you'll need to send an email to an email address which I will give you, and show your UAE medical documents and contact details. So they're doing it as a way to say thank you to doctors, nurses, admin staff, a long list of people really, ambulance drivers, cleaners and other medical workers battling COVID-19 in the UAE. So if you're in that category, or one of those categories, you can check into one of the many resorts. They have the Jebel Ali Resort Dubai in Jebel Ali, of course. Also, there's the in the heart of Dubai, Jumeirah Beach Residence Area, the Ocean View Hotel, the JA Ocean View Hotel, and JA Oasis Beach Tower on the walk. And out of the city, up in the Hajar Mountains, the wonderful JA Jebel Ali Qatar Fort Hotel. So if you're a medical worker on the front line, you can apply and hopefully get drawn out to receive a staycation. They're giving away 1,000 of them. So the email address for you to send in your medical documentation or card, ID card, and contact details is this following email address: thankyou@jaresorts.com. And you can do that up until April the 30th. And that email address, once again, thankyou@jaresorts.com. On the podcast coming your way next, events, and numerous events have been cancelled. This is one which has been put back, but they're having a virtual event fairly soon. And talking about the virtual conference, Hospitality Tomorrow, and talking to the organiser of that event, he's the chairman and founder of Bench Events, Jonathan Worsley.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
So, Jonathan, give us an overview of the format of this, virtual conference?
Well, we've got main stage where we can get 10,000 people into the room. We're currently in excess of 2,000 delegates, so it's really exciting. We're offering it to the industry as a opportunity free of charge, but if you want to donate, we're raising money for charity at the same time. We expect there's going to be at least 5,000 delegates attending on Tuesday, the 7th of April.
I was going to say, it's a very impressive number of delegates so far.
Yeah, no, it's encouraging the way everybody has given so much support, and particularly the speakers as well. We've got the main stage in the morning, and then we've got breakout sessions in the afternoon.
Very much along the format of the Arabian Hotel Investment Conference by the sound of it. So give us an overview of the speaker lineup. I mean, you've got a lot of people there, so some of the key speakers and topics.
Yeah, no, indeed, and we've brought back Stephen Sacker, presenter for Hard Talk. He was well received at AHIC for the last 2 years, so we've brought him back again, and he's going to be interviewing a number of sessions, including a session with Roger Boodle, who's chairman of Capital Economics, the economics of COVID-19 he's going to be speaking on, and what are the implications for all of us. And also my keynote opening the event is Dr. Paul Stoltz, and he is one of the top 100 leading speakers in the world on adversity and grit. So he's going to be speaking on that, which is great to have someone who can talk about, how do we deal with the current crisis and the adversity of our time? How do we deal with this, and how do we craft a response?
So what can delegates expect when they join the conference? I mean, it's quite a long one, isn't it? 10 a.m. UK time is when it will start, running through till 4 p.m. So that's in the UK, of course. Here in the UAE, that's going to be 1 p.m. in the afternoon through till 7 p.m. in the evening.
Yes, well, exactly. I mean, it's there for anybody to pop in and out of sessions, but what's great is that you can go into the networking area and start meeting people. We have a 3-minute networking card exchange where you can exchange details, start talking to people. It's a video session. And we have algorithms behind the system introducing you to people who were there in that room. Also going into the exhibition area and speaking to some of the exhibitors and finding out what they're doing, how they're dealing with this crisis, what leadership techniques are they using to deal with this crisis.
So, Jonathan, to pick up on the card swapping, it's been in the past at AHIC itself a very popular activity for networking and connecting. And at this virtual event, you're going to be doing it, but you're going to be doing it with the use of technology.
Well, exactly. And the algorithms behind it can actually make it even more focused, introducing you to the right type of people you like to meet.
How can people participate?
Well, quite simply, just to hop into www.hospitalitytomorrow.com, and all the details are there, including all the speakers. We have in excess of 50 speakers. Registration details are right there. So what I particularly like about these sessions that we're doing is there's going to be a lot of discussion on what others are doing around the world. How are they dealing with this particular crisis? So to have the likes of Honourable Minister Najib Balala, who's Cabinet Secretary and Minister of Tourism and Wildlife for Kenya, speaking to Anita Mendorita, who's the special advisor to the UNWTO, to the Secretary General, and Roger Dow, President and CEO of the U.S. Travel Association. Everybody's learning from each other, and I think that's what's so powerful, is we can, learn from what others are doing and how we can apply that to our countries or our countries. And I'd also just like to mention, which I didn't in my earlier messages, but Anita Mendarita has been is one of our hosts for the day as well, and she's been an incredible support and an enthusiast in helping me to launch Hospitality Tomorrow, as has the entire team of Bench Events and the industry coming together to put this together in such a short period of time. So thank you to all of them.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Jonathan Worsley talking about Hospitality Tomorrow, the virtual conference organised by the Bench team, the Me team, who put AHIC together every year. And you want further details, go on to the website www.hospitalitytomorrow.com and you can register free of charge. That event taking place on Tuesday of this week. More news next.
TravelWise News.
Aviation news from around the globe. Singapore Airlines has published its pared-back international flight schedule for this month of April as coronavirus pandemic sees so many airlines, well, a lot of them not flying at all, and others having a much reduced service. So Singapore Airlines will be flying to London, Los Angeles, Frankfurt and Zurich. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking of flying out of Singapore or back into Singapore, do bear in mind that there are a lot of restrictions at Singapore Airport. So check with your travel agent, your airline, and perhaps indeed Singapore Airport a website on those restrictions. British Airways, they've announced they will be suspending 36,000 staff due to cutback in their schedule. And we'll keep you updated on more aviation news in our TravelWise podcast. I'm Phil Blizzard in Dubai. This is a Phil Blizzard Media production, and you can email me with details on philblizzardmedia@gmail.com. And I'll have further updates on my weekly travel show on Capital Radio UAE, Saturday afternoons. Wish You Were Here is the name of the travel show, between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Dubai time. And you can listen into that on www.cruae.ae, Capital Radio UAE.ae. And coming soon, looking forward to this interview.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Hello, I'm Ryan Pyle, talking with Phil Blizzard on his TravelWise podcast about some of my most amazing adventures across the globe whilst filming for Amazon, the BBC and Discovery Channel. Coming your way soon on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Ryan Pyle joining me in the next edition of TravelWise. Looking forward to talking to him about some of his amazing journeys on this podcast from me, Phil Blizzard. Meanwhile, you take care and catch up with you soon.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.